Hello. I just thought I would go onto here and do a little mini live. It's Christmas in 2 days and I got this fabric from Stuff Steel, self-made, and I thought I was gonna make something with it. I did not get around to that yet, but it's two remnant pieces that I bought, and it's little Christmas cars with Christmas trees on top in blue, and I like it a lot. So I'm gonna do something with it, and it could be really cool if it was big enough to make like a pajama set, but I'm a little bit too tall for that. So I think I'm gonna put the two pieces together and make a cool Christmas dress. Yes. You know what? Actually, I've just been measuring the bigger piece of them, and I think that's gonna be long enough. So that's quite nice. I don't even have to stitch them together. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just put the smaller piece away, and I can see if I need that for anything. And I've got this cool dress that I've been using before to measure from, and it's just got a nice fit. It's kind of tight up at the top, and then it goes out in a wide A shape here at the bottom. So I'm going to see how much I can do with this fabric. I'm just going to turn it to the other side, and I make sure that I'll fold it properly here, like this, bam bam. And then I'm just going to fold it again. Yeah, it's lying quite straight, and the end here, it wants to roll a bit, so I'll just see what I'll do with that towards the end. Then I'm going to fold up this dress. This dress is quite similar on the front and the back, so there's not much difference there. And yeah, you can see it's almost the same length. It's quite a short one. I'm just gonna roll this up here as much as I can, so I can use the length up here. Yeah, like so. Then I've got a little bit of extra length down there, and I can't get it quite as wide as this skirt part is, but that's okay because that's also very wide. So I'm just gonna fold that in like this. Then I'm gonna use the full length. So I'm just gonna see how long I can make it, and then I'll see how I'll hem it. And then I'm just gonna draw here around. I'm gonna give it not that much extra, like 2 centimeters, I guess. And then I'm just gonna go up from here. Yeah, kind of a straight line. I'm gonna go down there, and I'm gonna add a little curve to here. So that's really hard to cut, but I'll do it when I hem it. Then I'll make sure that this is better, this angle here. Yeah, so up here I am also just going to give it maybe 1 centimeter. I don't quite know how I will close it up here. Probably with some bias tape, some stretchy bias tape perhaps, or a tube binding. And I will follow the line here approximately. I'm not going to cut anything off here. I'm just going to keep this height here, and then I'm just going to follow the line there. And yeah, so if I make the sleeve go out to here, I'm probably gonna do it like so. Yeah, maybe gonna make it a little bit wider. Then I can see if I need to make it smaller when I've stitched it together. And I think last time I did one of those, I actually then took some of this fabric here after that was left over and then put on here, so I got a bit of extra length on the sleeve. So that's a way to really use all the fabric. Then it's time to cut. Down here I was just gonna make a small curve there, hint at it, and then yeah, I'll take this through the serger or do something, and then I'll fix all this mess here. And of course I have to remember that I have this side here of the fabric that might not look that good. And then I'm just gonna cut. And actually I'm just gonna get this ready for the extra bit for the sleeves, because I actually think that I will do that this time. So that will go onto here, so I'll just make this a little bit wider so it will fit. Yeah, like so, pretty much. There we go. And this bit up here I'm not going to cut all the way up because this will just roll, so I'll just fix it as I'm sewing. And this was the front and the back part, that was pretty much the same, so I'm actually not making any difference there, and it's going to be a really nice long kind of deep round neck. It's going to look great. So off with this measuring dress, and the first thing to do is to stitch. Oh, this was not cut open yet, just going to do that. To stitch these pieces onto the sleeve so I get them a little bit longer, and they don't fit that well, but you know, that's okay, I can live with that. And I'm just going to do it on my serger in real time, like this. Hello. And of course when you do this, it's really nice to have a good dress that you know fits, and that's nice to measure from. So that's one sleeve made a bit longer. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I guess I could just separate them. Still a little bit of dress there stuck together. That was gonna go on there, that's that side. This is gonna go on here. Always be sure when you have something that actually has a pattern to place it right. And the good people, the family, they're downstairs watching Hawkeye, and I'm just sewing up here. And I'm just so excited because I bought this fabric and I thought it would be great for a Christmas dress, and haven't made it yet, and I thought, oh my dear, that's gonna be lying there till next winter, but no, it will be ready just in time. Not bad at all. So there we have it, our two dress pieces. Gonna place them on top of each other, front to front. And then I'm gonna start here with the top at the neck opening in the side and the shoulder seam here, and I'm just gonna make sure they're placed on top of each other and aligned well. And then I'm gonna stitch them together. And this fabric really wants to roll, so I'll just be careful unrolling it as I sew. That was one shoulder done. Doing the next here, making sure they are aligned and unrolled. Yeah, this really wants to move, this fabric. as you can see, it's now getting close to something that could be a dress. Placing it again on top of each other, front to front, and I'm starting in the bottom sleeve opening, making sure the sides here are aligned and putting it in. Oops. And then I'm just gonna make sure that I don't push or don't pull too hard with either of the sides here. Just making sure they're nice and aligned. I promise you there's not much sewing left, so I know this might not be the most fun thing to watch, but there is just this one last side left, going in and aligning at the bottom of the sleeve opening, and then again all the way down. And aligning at the sides. Yes. Yeah, so this I guess was a remnant that was a little bit less than 1 meter. So it will be kind of a short dress, but it will be okay with some leggings under. And then I got that extra bit of fabric because I thought it could be nice to have a bit of extra. But I might not need it because this is actually enough. Oh, this is cute. This is super cute. And yeah, apart from that I'm wearing these fleecy pajama things under, it's quite nice. It's pretty much what I wanted it to be. So that's good. Just gonna figure out what to do with the hem, and then I might make this sleeve a little bit narrower. It could be a little bit narrower here, and then find out what to do with this neck opening. I actually just made this little piece of fabric that I'm gonna put on as a tubing at the neck opening, just to keep it in place, because it is very, very deep and wide. So that will just keep it a bit under control. So I'm just gonna stitch these two ends together. So I've got a long round tube here, and then I'm going to fold it so I've got the front of the fabric facing out, and I'm just going to decide which part I want to be my back and which part I want to be on my front. Not that it really matters because they're both the same. And I'm going to place the seam here at the center of what I want to be the back. And then I'm just going to, this fabric wants to roll. I'm going to fold it so I'll find the other half. Make sure I find the exact center. And that I'm going to place here at the center of the front. And then I've got this tube that's a little bit smaller than the circumference of the neck opening, and then I'm just gonna stitch it in place with my serger all around here, all around the neck opening. That will give it a nice finish. So I'm just gonna find the half of this piece and then align it here with my side seam. Then I've got it in place now, 3 places, and then this last bit I'm going to again find the half part here, fold it and place it onto the other shoulder seam, and then I'm going to pop it into my machine and stitch it onto it. without cutting too much of it off, because I don't want to make it that much smaller. Oh, and I forgot to actually see how the cars are placed. Oh, okay. Too bad, that's too late now. Like I said before, if you've got something with a pattern, you always got to check which direction the pattern is going. So this will be fun to see if it will be cars going the wrong way. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You have to go really close if I've made a mistake to see it, I guess. Or at least it doesn't matter to me. Of course, it will matter to some. I have to pull the fabric a bit here because, as I said, that tube I've made is a bit smaller than the neck opening itself. Almost gotten to the last stretch here, so you can see, yeah, this has got to be pulled a bit, but that will also make the opening a little bit tighter. And done. And the cars are on the wrong way. But it's okay. Oh, it would have looked prettier if they were facing the other direction. Oh well, learn from my mistake and don't do that. So I'm just going to take the bottom through with the serger because it was so difficult to cut because the fabric kept rolling. So I know the sides are pretty much as I want them to be. And then I can roll the fabric out as I serge around. To the other side. Yes, and down again. Like that. And of course I can do the same here with my sleeve opening if I want to, but the thing is this jersey fabric isn't, so I've just switched to a blue thread. It's going to fit a little bit better than the orange that was on before, and I'm just going to make sure the fabric's a little bit straighter here at the edge like this. And then I'm basically just going to start with the sleeve opening. I'm just going to fold it like a centimetre and a half towards the back, and then stitch it in place with a zigzag stitch, or you can use another elasticated stitch seam that you have. A very narrow zigzag stitch. Whoops, wrong pedal. And I need some electricity. Yes. And of course, if you have enough fabric, you can also make a little tube for the sleeves. That could also look nice instead of just this zigzag stitch. But that is also quite okay. Gonna do the same with the other sleeve. Fold it 1 centimetre or 1.5 centimetres towards the back. Pop it into there. Make sure that it's lying properly flat under. Like that. that's the sleeves. And actually, if you really hate what's happened here to this neck opening with the fabric that's facing the wrong way, you can fold this towards the back so it just looks like a small piping. Then you don't see it as much, then it's not quite that bad with these car that's facing the wrong way. I actually think I'm going to do that, but for that I just need the normal seam. So I'm just going to fold this tube edge slightly towards the back, so I've just got a narrow piping showing. And then I'm going to stitch this in place. Yeah, that's going to look much better. That was a bad mistake. And that's good to know that you can most always fix your bad mistakes. Turn them into something else. Yes, all the way around. We're there soon. And almost there. Cool. That little error is now nicely hidden away. Does it show when I come up like this? Hope so. Then there's just the bottom to look at, and I actually think that I'm just going to fold that centimeter towards the back as well, because it is already so short. So I'm just going to fold it like that and then iron it, press it, and hope it's going to stay in place, even though it's very narrow hem. But just I want to use as much of the fabric as I can. So putting it into the machine, fold it like a centimeter towards the back. Got the right pedal. And of course I did the serger thing with the kind of quite a curve, so I have to curve it a bit as I stitch it as well. Almost done. One last bit to go. And at least I placed the main part of the fabric correctly, so the cars are the right direction. On the actual dress. That was it. So I'm just going to show you the bits up close. This is where I stitched the fabric, the extra fabric for the sleeves on. This is what I've done here. I haven't even done a serger or a zigzag stitch on the fabric itself because it doesn't really fray. I just hemmed it with a normal zigzag stitch. This was the piece that I placed the wrong direction, that I then folded towards the back and just did a simple normal stitch all the way around here, and that will lay flat as it comes on. And then the bottom, where I did the serger just to make sure I got all the curve evened out, and then just folded it towards the back and stitch it in place with a normal seam. Yeah, I might just need a bit of ironing, but apart from that, I'm wearing nice fleecy comfy trousers. This is really cool. ready for Christmas. I hope that you have a bit of jersey lying around and a dress that you can measure from, and that you can make your very own festive Christmas dress.